mostly loneliness, it's involuntary. All right, you don't choose to be. How we doing today, guys? Hope we're doing great. So today's topic, honestly, it has to mostly do, remember that the videos that I do make, they also connect with me and my experiences, the ones that I've lived and the ones that I'm also living. I do think that this topic is very helpful both to people that don't actually know why they feel the certain way or why they're stuck in a certain position. Because there is a difference. Again, like the title says, there's a difference between loneliness and solitude. All right. I think loneliness is a big word. It's hurtful to feel that way. So what I'm basically gonna be doing today, guys, I'll be letting you guys know the difference between solitude and loneliness. All right. I won't like I always do. I make sure my videos aren't too long. I don't try to extend things. Just try to, of course, take something out of this. Make sure that you actually pay mind to what I'm actually gonna be telling you guys. Again, I also learned from this. I'm also new to this. But I do think that by doing this, I also learn and I also teach as well. Because my point is trying to reach people, trying to teach people my age and people younger than me, and maybe hopefully people who are older than me. Age has no boundaries. Age doesn't mean anything. All right. So of course, guys, I'm gonna start by actually saying this. When it comes to solitude, one is a choice. All right, it's an option. You could choose to be in solace. All right, you could choose to go into your room by yourself and stay in there for a week and try to learn some new skill, or even not even do anything in general. All right, you decide by your own that you don't want to include yourself in other people's businesses or what's going on out there. All right, that's the one thing about solitude. All right. Mostly loneliness, it's involuntary. All right, you don't choose to be lonely. It's mostly other people's choice. All right, they derive from you. So loneliness, it is a big word. All right, it's an understatement when people say I feel lonely. Loneliness is connected to depression, and that's hard to deal with. Okay, especially in a generation when everything is simplicity. We could connect to each other anytime, anywhere. TikTok. It doesn't matter. You have a certain type of connection. To someone in any shape or form. So loneliness, it's a big deal, right? So if you're feeling lonely out there, just know that you're not. All right, you can always choose to try to connect with someone. You can always try to try something new and explore, right? Because it is a big road. There's a lot out there. But when it comes to that, guys, I'm gonna start right away. All right, with solitude, like I said earlier on, it is a choice. All right, solitude is a voluntary state. Involves choosing to be able to be alone for reflection, creativity, or even personal growth. All right, so we choose. All right, you choose to be in solitude. That's a choice. You decide by your own. I'm gonna go do this. I want to be with myself this certain type of time, and you lock that door. All right, that's what I chose for myself. I'm in solace right now. I'm in solitude. All right, I've chosen this path for myself. I don't want to deal with what's out there. I want to concentrate what's more in here. All right. So yeah, that's the first thing. It is a choice. And do have in mind, of course, that solitude, it is a positive experience. All right. Many people find solitude fulfilling and rejuvenating. All right. It can provide peace and a sense of connection with oneself. All right. So basically, again, it's very good for you. I think that when you do decide for yourself, okay, I'm gonna choose my own way, my own path. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna maintain myself for this amount of time and this. It is a choice. Again, I think that is very reflective. If you do, it'll show you things. You'll see things in a different type of way. You'll get a different perspective of different certain scenarios. So I think it's very important that when people do choose that state they want to be in, they know why. All right, so you just can't go into solitude. You don't know most of the times, and if you're pushed towards solitude, it's most likely connected to loneliness. All right, because that wasn't a choice. And now the last one is, of course, self-discovery. All right, solitude allows you for introspection. All right, it leading to insights and deeper understanding of one's thoughts and feelings, like I mentioned earlier on. Perspective. All right. It'll take you a long way. Being able to actually um, compare both between them two, you actually know why you're doing it and why you're there. All right, so you don't feel bad about yourself when you're in that place. Like I'll be honest. Let's say about 2 months ago, 3 months ago, I'll complain to myself. And I don't know why I feel like this. I don't know what's going on. But the truth was that I did that to myself. I pushed myself away from certain people and certain things that I didn't figure out why. But then after you get to a certain point, then you notice, you're like, okay, maybe this was for the best. Then how now you know why I did that. Now you know why you're there, you're in that spot. Now when it's loneliness, you're, again, like I said earlier on, it's closer to depression. You didn't want to be there, but you got pushed towards that state. It could be loneliness, could come out of a loss, could come out of a change, it could come, anything. So loneliness sometimes it's not an option. All right, and it's hurtful when you feel lonely. All right, when you're feeling solitude, and that's different. So now loneliness. I'm gonna get into the topic. Do guys have in mind that the information that I gave you guys, of course, it's actually facts. All right, I make sure I look things up. I make sure I'm giving you guys the right information. This topics I do come. It comes through mind by its own. I do think about it. I make sure that it has a reason why I'm putting it out there. But I do give you guys information also from my own words, but as well as from what I see, what I find online. All right. I just don't want to give you guys uncertainties, or things that won't give you guys anything back. All right. This is facts. This is information that you guys won't have to go out there and look for. All right. I'll be having it right here. So loneliness, of course, is involuntary. Loneliness is typically an unwanted feeling of isolation. It can occur even when surrounded by others if one feels disconnected. Okay, so that's why I said it's not an option. You were pushed towards that state. You're there because of someone else's choice, or again of a change, of a loss, of circumstances happens. All right. Just know that, again, like I mentioned earlier on, if you feel lonely, you could always step out of that point. All right, you could always choose to start a new relationship, a new connection, meet someone else, start using a dating app, connect online, start playing a video game, whatever it is that will get you out on that lonely stage, so you could finally voluntarily, move past that. Then you should be fine. But I think loneliness is a point that everybody goes through in life. All right, it depends how you come out of that place that will dictate what you do with yourself. Okay. So of course, loneliness comes out of a negative experience. Like I said, most of the times that it does happen, it could be from a loss, it could be from a change, it could be from a circumstance, it could be, sometimes we do it to ourselves. Let's say we did wrongdoings, and then people don't want nothing to do with us. Then, of course, it's on you. But most of the time, loneliness is not an option. I don't think it is. I don't think it should be. I don't think we're born alone, we die alone, but there's a difference between solitude and loneliness. All right, you choose to be solid, and I think solitude is peaceful. I think that's crucial. To oneself, to be able to spend time with yourself. To actually reconstruct yourself, what's in your mind, and put it into shapes and forms, and then with that you go back out into the world. So yeah, I think solitude is very important. I think everybody needs some time for themselves, especially now in a time where, like, again, everything is right in front of us. Everything is so simple that we don't have to, step out of our way. So, yeah. And again, loneliness, there's social needs to it. Loneliness highlights a lack of meaningful relationships or support, leading to feelings of abandonment or despair. So despair, it is a big word, all right? So if you're feeling right now, like you need someone or anything like that, you don't, right? You really don't. But the thing is that being lonely is like I said, it's despair, depression are so close to each other that you never want to be between the edge of either of those. All right. Again, you don't need anybody. You don't need nobody's recognition. You need your own. You need your own love, your own beliefs. You need your own. Find your passion. Find something that fulfills you. All right. I think that I'll never in my life again feel lonely, and if I ever do, it's shame on me, because I have a lot to give and a lot to get. There's a lot of people in this world that could give you that love that you deserve. All right. But I'm gonna give you guys like some examples, of course. So solitude. Imagine someone who decides to spend a weekend in a cabin in the woods to write a novel. They enjoy the peace and the quiet, find inspiration in nature, and feel content with their own company. This person feels energized and focused, using solitude as an opportunity for creativity and reflection. All right, as you can see, this person has chosen by themselves free will to actually step out of everybody else's zone and step in their own and try to make something out of it. All right, that's why solitude is crucial. You know, you could reflect, you could connect with yourself again from that. All right, so again, try. Definitely, if you're in a state right now where you don't know either or, you could step out of the lonely stage and go into the solitude stage. Write to people, connect them. Hey, how you been doing this and that? I do apologize if I've been far distant. I've been trying to do this. I've been trying to do that. So you get back to yourself and you get back to other people. All right, so it's just an option. You know, it's all up to you, of course, but I'm in my solace right now. I think that it's peaceful. I think that it's very quiet. I get to focus on myself and I get to reflect. So it's pretty cool. Now, lastly, I'm gonna give you guys an example of loneliness. So now consider someone who is at a crowded party but feels isolated. They watch others socialize and laugh, but they feel disconnected and wish for meaningful interactions. Despite being surrounded by people, they experience sadness and longing for deeper connections. So as you can see, this person right here, they might have the people around them. They might have, you know, that social aspect of it, but they're empty. They don't have that connection, that relationship that's actually for them. All right. That's why in my other videos I said, when you're in the right path or when you're in your path, you don't fit in with the old friends that you used to have, but you're not in the place to also fit in with the people who you want to. So that's sometimes understandable, but when it comes to loneliness, I do think that it's hard. It's hard, you know. It's hard to get to that stage, and it's even harder to get out of it. You know, it's easy to socialize nowadays, but it's also hard to make friends. Well, it's not really hard to make friends. I think that you could. Yeah, it's not hard to make friends, guys. If you guys actually read the 48 Laws of Power, you'll understand that people are very simple. We all are. But besides the point, guys, you know, I do think that it's very important that you guys do know the difference between solitude and loneliness. I do think that I've been known it. I just never put too much mind to it. And actually going through it today, I actually learned a little more insights about it. And I do agree with it. I do think that solitude, it is an option. I've chose for myself to be in solace. I chose for myself, as you can see, I'm recording this. I'm trying my best to focus on myself and, you know, hopefully repair the things that I've damaged. But again, hopefully I've been in my loneliness. I've been in my lonely path as well, but hopefully I never get there again, because I know the feeling of desperation, or the feeling of, it's like you're choking, you know, it's like you're choking, you're underwater and you can't breathe. So I never want anybody to actually feel lonely or actually get to that stage, or even me again. But you know, hopefully this video gets to some of you guys. Hopefully it does reach some people. Some hopefully, you know, you could take something out of it. Of course, I try to get the most information I can, not just from my own words, but from also you know, straight facts. I try to get the straight facts. I try to get the points that you guys need. But besides the point, guys, you know, enjoy the video. Like I always say, you know, God bless you, and see you guys another day. Banger. Oh yeah, wait. And then I know I didn't post the yesterday. So what I'm basically gonna be doing is I'm at least gonna post 2 videos today. This one and then another one, which is gonna not facts from a book, nothing like that. It's gonna be what I do think about this certain topic, and hopefully it gets to you guys like this one will. And like I always say, guys, thank you so much for watching. Banger.